Check 1 2. Check check. Check 1 2. There we go. Hello. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Apologies for the late start here. I was using the wrong stream key, so I was streaming to the wrong wrong place. So uh, let's make sure everything's good to go. Let's turn my camera on. There I am. Hey, Folklore, long time no see. Papakuma, hello. Shri, hello. Mr. Mojo, here, I'm gonna close my door 1 sec. How is everybody? Adria, hello. Hello, hello. All right, how was everybody's weekend? We'll get into it in just a sec here. Let everybody join in. I'm gonna make a post on Patreon letting everybody know that we are good to go. Uh-oh, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. You're just being slow. You have too many tabs open. Everybody had a fruitful musical month. I have had a very busy month, catching up on all the work that I've been pushing back while touring and playing gigs, but um, now I've had some time to work on music. It's been really great, and I'm looking forward to uh, finishing up some work. Right, there we go. Post this to everybody, and there we go. All right, let's get started. We got the tracks here. Stand for this one. Hey, thanks, Con, for a 10 euro donation. Way to start it off strong. Appreciate that very much. Always a good way to start the stream. And yeah, Con, feel free to uh, submit your track. Through all these tracks. Go download. Not too many tracks today. 15. It's a little bit light, but I'm sure when people see the post, they'll come in and. 15. That's 15. Yep. Didn't work. not working. Huh. On here. Weirdo, it's not working. All right, well, I'll just do it. And there we go. And please let me know if the stream gets choppy or anything. I am using my Mac today. I'm going to try and see if the stream will hold up with my Mac. It might not. It might get a little bit choppy. So just please let me know. Yeah, working on music. Yeah, so I have like 3 remixes due. I have some originals I'm trying to get done. I have a 4-track EP coming out on Mango Alley that I'm finishing up. And I might be starting a new collaboration with one of my students who may or may not be in the stream. And then some edits, and then I have my end of the year mix coming out. So lots of music stuff coming up. This week will be busy. Thank you very much, Tree. Appreciate the donation. And I'll yeah. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, and then the masterclass, of course, has been taking up a lot of my time doing the email marketing and stuff. You know, sending out emails and reminding people of the masterclass and everything. It takes a lot of time to write those emails. So that's also been taking up a lot of time. No, I got your track, Adria. It'll be I'll go check it right now. And let's take a listen to the first tracks. What did everybody get for Black Friday? I just grabbed Shaper Box 3 bundle, and I was looking at I'm getting Diva, which I used to have it, but then I lost the license for it, so I have to buy it again, fortunately. Oh, there's a few more tracks coming in right now. So at that Diva, does anybody here have the Sound Toys bundle? Is it worth getting the whole bundle, or is it worth just getting Decapitator? I'm not entirely sure if I want to get all of them or if I'm just gonna go ahead. I mean, it's for $200. It's probably worth getting all of them, but I just find that I don't really need them all. So I don't know if it's worth it, but what do you guys think? Like, do you think it's worth getting the whole bundle or just buying like 1 or 2 of the plugins? I guess if I'm buying more than 1 or 2, then it's probably worth it, but I just want Decapitator mostly. All right. It was so cold in my place, so I turned the heat on and I kind of forgot about it, and now it is so warm. You guys can hear that, right? Hear my Ableton. My lips are moving at a different time than the video. That's very strange. What's up, Vince? Oh, you got Goldfuss? Nice. You got Sound Toys? Nice. Yeah, that's fine, Con. How you doing, Sapo? Welcome to the Sapo. Is that how you pronounce it? Welcome to the stream. All right, I'll probably just grab the whole pack then for Sound Toys. All right, let's get into this. You guys can hear it. And my voice is not lining up. That's really strange. I don't really know how to fix that. Oh, I see it on my stream too. Check. What? That's so weird. Let me see if I can fix that.
So one of the problems that you might be facing when trying to capture or
Yeah, I think it is the latency on my video card, so I'm gonna put a little bit of a delay here. See if that'll help. Check. Is that better? I'll just have my face so you can't see. Is that better or worse? How you doing, Tapsky? Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Gullfoss is a nice plugin. It's not, in my opinion, it's very overpriced. It literally, like, I throw it on my masters and I get like 0.05% difference. It is a very, very, very subtle difference when using Gullfoss, and I don't really think it's worth it unless you are like a mastering engineer, you know, willing to put forth, what is it, $200, 200 US for something that's going to give you a millimeter of quality. But you know, if you're at that point in your career, it is worth it. Is my voice better or is it worse? I can't really check because when I talk, and then I see the latency. So I can't really tell unless I run the video. Is it like perfect or is it still a little off? Because I can adjust it. Shri, can you make your track downloadable, please? On SoundCloud? This track is nice. I feel like the shakers are a little bit off. They're just a little bit off the swing for me. They're like a little bit too far off the grid. Wow, it looks bang on. That's hilarious. I literally guessed how long. I put 1,000 milliseconds delay and it worked. That's funny. Wow. Lucky guess. Yeah, see the shakers here? They're kind of like, there's too much swing on them, I think, and they're taking me out of it a little bit. Vocals nice. Breakdown is nice. Yeah, really good vibe. I'm gonna put this. Nice. So the kick is a little bit quiet. I feel like I'm losing it in the fullness of the track. Shakers are a little bit out of swing. Lead melody's nice. The strings and the arps are playing in a lot of the same frequencies, so you're losing a little bit of definition from the arps. So maybe it would be better if you took something like a track spacer or carved some EQ out so that the strings aren't taking up the same place so much as the arps. But it sounds really nice. The melody is really nice. The atmosphere is really nice. Clap could also be much louder, and your kicks could also be louder. Hey, Fabrica, how are you? Sure, some people here know your music. Welcome to the stream. Overall, really nice track. Pretty well balanced too. Just the kick. You can even see the kick is pretty weak here. It's about the same as the bass here. It should be quite a bit louder. It should be hitting at least 36, closer to like 34. So, like if I boost that up. But now my limiter's acting all crazy, so it's probably not going to sound very good. All right, moving on to the next track. We have Lotus Try. I have no idea who it's by. Anybody in the stream joining the masterclass this weekend? Yeah, this weekend. I know a few of you definitely are. Was that your track, D? Oh, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I'm a fan of your music as well. Yeah, I didn't know it was your track, D. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so this one, the kick is quite quiet as well. No worries, Thomas or Tapsky. Well, if you want, you can always watch the masterclasses after. They will be available for purchase as well. I'm doing I'm going to be hosting them on my Teachable website as well, so you can watch the masterclasses after. Yeah. Thanks, Mika. I just got this like a couple days ago. Yeah. So this is sounding pretty good so far. I want to pay attention to it more, so I'm just going to say this before I keep listening. But for anybody who can't make the masterclass because of the time, I know it's hard to please everybody because I have a lot of people in Australia. I have people on the west coast of Canada and the United States that want to join, and it's just impossible to choose a time that is not 3 a.m. for the west coast and midnight for the Australians, and then please everybody in the middle. So if you are interested in taking the masterclass or joining the masterclass, you can still enroll and watch the masterclasses after. You get access to the full recordings of the masterclasses. You get all the benefits of the masterclass, but it just won't be live. So if you are still interested in that, you can do that. I don't know exactly when I'm posting the old masterclasses. I don't know what the price will be for the old masterclasses. But right now, you can still use you can still enroll in the masterclass for this now if you want it, or you can wait to see if maybe it's a little bit lower in price, which it probably will be by like maybe $10 or $15. I don't know for sure yet what I'm going to do with that, but I'll be putting it on my Teachable website, so you will be able to access the old masterclasses and download those. And yeah, I still have to figure all that out. I've been so busy. But if you do want to join them and you're not going to make it, you can still enroll and watch them online after. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Thanks, Tree. Very nice groove. Like the synth work. By the way, if you don't see your track on here, let me know. My masterclass is going to be 4 to 5 hour sessions online where I make a track from start to finish. You can ask questions, you can suggest things. Okay, so yeah. Masterclass is about 4 to 5 hours per day this Saturday and Sunday, December 7th and 8th, 2 p.m. Berlin time, so CET. And it's going to be watching me create a track from start to finish as fast as I can, but as best as I can. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to take my time, and I'm just going to start from scratch and write a track over one day. And then the next day is going to be finishing that track, mixing it, mastering it if I get to that start of it, that stage of it. Great masterclass on how to watch the masterclass. That's funny. So I have a few that I've already done. I've done 2 of them. They were really successful. I had a lot of good feedback. Those are going to be available to purchase and enroll in maybe like a week or 2. And then the new one coming up is this weekend. You can still enroll and join in live. And then the benefits of joining in live is you get to ask questions and be part of it. And it's a little bit more fun that way. And you can kind of help me steer the way of the track. Like if you want to hear a certain style or a certain synth or a certain lead or an idea, you can suggest it, and I will try my best to incorporate that so that people watching are learning the best that they can. You can, I'll put a link to for the masterclass in the chat. I'll put it at the top. If I could find where it is. My goodness, it's warm. And then if you want to enroll, up at the link. And sorry guys, I know I'm still kind of talking about this, but I forgot to mention that if you enroll in any of my music production courses right now for 30% off for Black Friday, the 30% off any of my course packages, standard, basic, or VIP. You can get the second course for 50% off. So you get the first one for 30%, you get the second course for 50%, and then you are automatically enrolled in the masterclass for free. So I'm going to put a link to that as well. My computer's just being slow because I'm streaming. And then we will get to this feedback. So 2 courses, one for 30%, second one for 50%, and then masterclass enrollment totally free. Papa Kuma, this is your track, right? No, sorry, sorry, I was looking at Deep Papaya. This track here, it sounds really nice. The kick is quite quiet. Like very quiet, actually. Well, the top end is a bit fuller than the bottom end. So the bottom end needs to come up quite a bit to feel more... And the kick in general just doesn't really punch through the mix very well. So you could make the kick punch through better. That would probably help it drive the track. The hi-hats, like the drums could come through. I think the synths need to come down like 1 or 2 decibels overall. And then the hi-hats and shakers will come through the mix a little bit better. And then the kick has to come up and the bass has to come up a little bit. And the clap too. Clap is pretty quiet, but overall the track is really nice. I like the direction. A lot of movement in the sounds. That's gonna sound pretty good if the mix was cleaned up. So, anything else? Good movement on the synths. Good arrangement with the drums. Overall, a nice track. Deep Pie, we're going to take a listen to yours. How you doing, Mason? Thanks for joining in. And thanks, Full K, for explaining. Thanks, Mason. Yeah, that Sri Lanka set was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It was very hot, but it was a lot of fun. And thank you for the compliment on the masterclasses being great value. Appreciate that. No, Full K, I did not see your track on Patreon. Can you send it over? Oops. This is nice. Liking this vibe a lot. Love that guitar. YouTube, what is going on? Ooh. This is great. Really nice. I'm putting a link for the masterclass in the chat. Yep, still accepting submissions. Yeah, this is a really nice track, man. Kick. I think all these tracks, the kicks could be a little bit louder. Kick could have more presence. The arrangement, the instruments, all very, very nice. Yeah, well done. Honestly, not much to say about that. The kick is a little bit quiet. The high end is a little bit sharp compared to the low end. Love that vocal snippet there. Super cool. The hats are pretty sharp. Like, I feel like they're a little bit too bright for the rest of the track. And that synth could be a little bit maybe warmer. That one could have maybe a bit more warmth. Yeah, really, really nice. Well done. Ooh. This is fast. Yeah, this kick is a better kick. A little bit louder. The hat punches through really nicely. So there's a snare. So my issue with this is the high end is a little bit white noisy. Like there's a lot of high end information and some of it is pretty like white noisy, and that can take a little bit of definition out of the sounds, especially when you're playing so many. Oh man, I'll open my window. One sec. So when they're that white noisy, sometimes it's just a little bit hard to really hear the hi-hats coming too much. Ugh. Sorry, it's a mission to get to my window. And because of that, like it feels like the high end is a little bit busy. So if you could maybe clean that up a little bit by reducing the amount of white noise in the high end, I think it would sound a bit better. Oh, this is cool. Like that. Just sneeze again. Excuse me. Okay, build up was nice. New vocal element is really cool. Honestly, the kick, bassline, hi-hat, snare, all those hit really hard in this, which is really good. But see how how busy the high end is here? I think it might sound a little bit better if it was a bit cleaner, but honestly, it's more of a taste thing. And overall, the arrangement's good. Bass is clean. Like the track feels full and it feels interesting, and it keeps progressing and it grows. And I think it's a good track in that department. I think it just needs to be cleaned up a tiny bit in the high end. Oops. Yeah, then that's it, really. Cool track. Next we have Translucence. Let me come. Whose track was before this one? Oh, I don't know. Trying to catch up on all these comments. Mason, DM me my sub. Where did you DM me, Mason? On Discord? Yeah, the arrange. Yeah, this is a very long one. Let me go back to Patreon. Skip ahead a little bit. All right, we have a lot of tracks to get through, so I'm gonna start to speed this up a little bit. No, Full K, I did not download it yet. I'm downloading right now. I'm liking the bass in this. I'm liking the melody. The vibe is cool. The break is a little bit repetitive. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was loud. Woo, that scared the crap out of me. Sorry, everybody. Woo. Oh, you know what? I just realized that my master is so quiet. Is my voice much louder than the music? I'm not sure why this was so low. Wonder why that was so loud in my headphones. Scared the crap out of me. Is that volume okay? Okay. So the track is quite a bit long. It's not really, there's not too much going on that's really that interesting and that catchy and that like really wants me to stay engaged. The mix is okay. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so overall, the mix is okay. The bass feels good. The kick feels good. The hi-hats feel good. But it just doesn't really have too many catchy bits in the track. It's not super catchy. It's more like kind of going through the motions. And this is kind of hard to explain. But really, like, you want catchy hooks. You want things that are going to keep people hypnotized or engaged and interested. So the track is okay, but to make it better and to make it really good, you have to have elements that are really catchy, or like these are good. Like that, those melodies and hooks are nice, but I think they're just too far in between. And then the breakdowns are a little bit boring as well. You could probably make those more interesting. I'm not even gonna listen to the rest of it all over here. And like over here, it's just a little bit messy. There's a lot of sounds coming in and going, and it just doesn't really, again, there's nothing that I can really latch onto that I'm like waiting for again, except for those leads, and there's just too much in between. So a little bit of work for this one. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it could be improved a lot, and that is where it could be improved. Also, it's just definitely way too long. But I hope this was constructive and helpful. But yeah, I don't want it to sound negative. It's not negative. It's just that, you know, constructive feedback sometimes isn't always about the most positive things. And this is something that is very important to make sure you get right. We have self-destruct improved. Yeah, where did you send it, Mason? I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. No worries. Yeah, no worries. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Sapo? No problem about that. I just want to make sure that you're not taking it like negatively what I said. I kind of sounded a little bit harsh, but yeah. Everybody has weaknesses. Everybody has things that they get better at first. That's how I teach. You know, somebody might be good at mixing and not be good at songwriting. I was way better at mixing before I was good at songwriting, and it took me a long time. So just keep at it, and that's just the next thing to focus on. Focus on hooks and rhythms and things that are captivating, and your music will improve drastically because your mixing already sounds pretty good. All right. White noise is quite a bit loud there. Cool vibes, but so same thing as last track. There's nothing really captivating about it. Like there's some cool sounds, but nothing is really super groovy or catchy. The bass line's pretty catchy. Yep. Exactly, constructive criticism. Okay, so now that we're into the more busy part of the track, it's much more interesting, it's more catchy, more rhythmic. I'm definitely enjoying it more. No, that's fine, Con. Mason, do you mind posting it here? Ooh, I'm liking this now. All those trippy sounds. Loving those detuned creepy synths. They sound really cool. The track itself feels pretty compressed and very flat. Volcanic side hits. Okay, so I'm really enjoying the the fun housey type of unique sounds here, but the mix does need a lot of work. Everything feels loud, so nothing really feels loud. You know what I mean? Everything is at the top of the volume, so nothing feels like dynamic at all. And it makes the mix feel very flat and not really that interesting in terms of mixing. So the kick needs to be a little bit louder, and by the kick being louder, instead of turning the kick up more, just turn everything else down. So turn down the hats are fine. The synths though, synths will need to come down like 2 to 3 dB at least. The hi-hats also sound like they move around a little bit in volume, which is a little bit distracting. Some of the hi-hats are a little bit louder than the other ones, which I don't think is ideal. It's like it's just a little bit distracting. Yeah, everything's just too loud. Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even saying that it's that loud at Yuli. Like, it's only hitting at about, well, I mean, I hit -7, but it should feel louder than that, being that loud, if that makes sense. So I would just clean up that mix, and I think you're onto a pretty good track. Maybe... Oh yeah, definitely turn the white noise down as well. It's quite loud. Up next, we have... overall, cool track. A lot of people in the comments also agree that it was a cool track. Very unique vibe. Really psychedelic and cool. And I would like to hear that live for sure. We have Boa Sorta Vince remix. Oh, thanks, Mason. I literally was just opening Discord. I just don't want to open up another thing here. Yep. Yeah, Sri, go ahead. Vocals really nice. Arrangement sounds nice so far. The piano's a bit bright, a little bit harsh. Work is nice. That synth, it sounds like a live guitar here. It feels pretty dry, and it feels like it doesn't sit in the mix. It feels like it's a different part of a excuse me, it feels like it's not part of the same song. very cool vibe, but it just feels like the guitar is sitting on top of the mix. So maybe you have to put a little bit of room reverb or turn it down maybe like a dB or something, just to kind of make it feel like it's in the same room as the rest of the track. And the piano is quite bright and it's a little bit harsh.
Now even if you hold yourself, I want you to get cured from this person who advises you. There is a disconnection.
Yeah, it's quite bright. The vocals are great. Well done, really cool track. Kick is nice and punchy. The low end needs to come up a little bit, I think, overall. But they'll probably fix that in mastering anyway. So, but yeah, really cool. Vocals sound great. Piano is a little bit bright. Guitar feels like it's on top of the mix. But beautiful vocals and really nice arrangement and melodies and build up and breakdown and build up. All really well done. Up next, we have Mr. Mojo with Fractals. Hey, Amir, how are you? Yeah, overall, great track. I agree. All right. Cool shakers. Loving those plucks. Loving the movement in the bass. Loving all those sounds. So what's really smart about this is the track is progressing and there's always something changing. There's always something growing and maturing, and that has made it super interesting to the listener. No problem, Vince. Thanks for the support. Those plucks could be a little bit more forward in the mix. Yeah, Amir, are you a patron? So the track sounds really nice. It's really cool, but the mix needs to be a little bit louder, like a little bit more dynamic. I think maybe the kick needs to be a little bit louder, have more power behind it, and that'll definitely help. And some of the sounds are good the way they are, but then also some of the sounds need to be brought up a little bit in the mix to have that depth added. Breakdown's a little bit long. Really liking that bass. Very good arrangement. Right as it starts to sound like it's getting not really repetitive, but it's getting to the point where you need to bring something else in, and you are. So that's great. The atmosphere is there. The arrangement is there. The ideas are there. Very, very well done. That's going to be a good track when it's all finished and mixed. Really not much to say about it. Since it's not mixed, I can't say too much about it, but yeah, honestly, there's not really much more to say about it. Once it's cleaned up, it's going to be a really nice track. There's not really much to that I would consider changing. Well done. I hope that's okay. All right, we have Dissolving. Oh. How many are we at now? 24 tracks. Okay. I'm gonna skip through the arrangement a little bit. I don't love that kick. Very snappy. I bet if I zoom in, it's gonna be very transient heavy. And then yeah, see how it's really loud and then it gets really long. Your kick shouldn't be that long. It should be like 200 to 300 milliseconds, maybe 350. This one's about 550, maybe more, 700 milliseconds. Too long, it's too punchy. You're not holding that sub. It's more like a pop and then a boom. But the bass is too low. So maybe a different kick sample would be better. Ooh. I do like that though. Very groovy. What I love about this groove is that percussion. Oh. Sorry, everybody. Oh my gosh, sorry. Just download another track. Percussion is really unique and it adds a lot of swing and a lot of groove. And then it has that call and response, the right? Listen, pay attention to how good that sounds. That call and response is so important.
There may be moments when you feel as if your own boundaries are dissolving, as if somehow you're merging into the universe.
Vocals are cool. That percussion in the background, the tom, that comes in here, that needs to be much louder. Oh, you're probably gonna hear a delay, but it's just too quiet that you can't even really hear it coming in, but it needs to be something different there. Like it needs to be more interesting here because it's been so long. So I think you need to turn that up.
There may be moments when you feel as if your own boundaries are dissolving.
And then you probably need some more stuff here as well. It's going to get a little bit repetitive by not bringing in new elements. Got your track, Amir. Yeah, see, it's just a lot of the repetitiveness. It's really nice, but it needs to be a bit more, I think, to be engaging. So I think you need some more elements that are a bit stronger. Just one, maybe. Like, this is nice. But it just is going to get a bit repetitive. It probably will still work as is for the style of track that it is. But if you really want to elevate it, you're going to have to add in something that's a bit stronger to really break up the monotony of the track. Next, we have Work Set, Stereo Out. Quite a repetitive intro. Nothing really changed until about 45 seconds in. Okay, as repetitive as this is, it's a very cool vibe. Very like, I don't even know the word, like electronica. I don't know. It's really. Cool. Yeah, I love that new synth you brought in. Bam, 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 bam. Very catchy, very hooky. It's a smart addition because it's catchy and it's rhythmic, so it's very easy to get locked into that groove and it doesn't get repetitive as fast. Very cool. It's like Boards of Canada or like, you know, old what's their name? Oh, I can't remember. Anyways, it's like a kind of like an electronica or like, you know, kind of indie band, like an indie sound, which is really cool. It is a little bit repetitive, especially at the intro. Maybe adding in something else would be really ideal for making this much more interesting. But I love the vibe so far. It feels very like happy, uplifting without being cheesy, and I really enjoyed listening to it. So would love to hear what you do with it if you do continue working on that. We have organic house idea. If you guys want to, for the following streams, it's a good idea to put your names in the tracks so people can listen if you want, so people can find you if they like you. If they like, if they, that sounded really weird. If they like your music, they can follow you, or at least know, you know, who wrote what. Did nobody notice my other account commenting in the chat? That was just my way of trying to make a really bad dad joke. How you doing, Kaznik? That's cool. The melodies are nice, but a little bit muddy. Having so many like overlapping. Well, not so many, I guess. There's just not really a good definition in the sounds, I guess. I wouldn't really consider this organic house either, more melodic house, I think. No, I was just trying to post. It's just my other account. I was just posting on it because I thought it'd be funny. No, it's my music account that I started. I'll be doing all my mixes and some video, like some vlogs and stuff on there as well. The vocal school. Okay, so the hi-hats are like basically a lot of the track lacks definition. The hi-hats aren't, like, they're okay at the beginning, but then over here they're pretty lost in the mix. They're a little bit white noisy and saturated, and they don't have a good definition. The plucks, the leads, chords, here they have good definition, but back here they don't. Snare sounds great. But the hi-hat gets very lost here, and the plucks feel a little bit loud here, but quiet over here. So it's just a balancing issue throughout the whole track. The vocal in the breakdown is nice. The build-up is pretty okay. Is okay. It could be a little bit better, but it's decent. Yeah, the hats feel okay here now. It's just in the mix here. They must be getting bogged down by other instruments. Yeah. And some of the drums are like kind of stale, being repetitive. It's the tambourines as well. Well, actually, never mind. Maybe some swing on the drums would help, and then just EQing and panning properly so that certain instruments aren't taking up the same space as the other ones would probably help clean this track up. I'm using 12.1. I didn't even notice the update. Oh, no, you know what? I did notice the limiter is different. I love the limiter now. It has a maximizer on it, and it's hopefully it looks a lot better, but I haven't even noticed what the other changes are. Hey, what's up, George? Yeah, this track could be nice if it had just a little bit more like depth to the mix, and maybe some like delays and reverbs. Well, I don't know. The top end feels very flat and very compressed as well, and it just lacks the depth and dynamics. I mean, it even looks very flat, right? And that just to me is, if it had more depth, it would be a lot more interesting and more pleasant to listen to. But the ideas are nice. Up next, we have Celtic with Magia. Ajaya. Old school D-Post vibe. The bass feels a little bit compressed and like distorted. It's a cool sound, but it almost sounds like it's unintentional, so. And it sounds like it's more compressed when the bass and kick are playing together. So it sounds like the kick is actually distorting it, so maybe that's a limiter issue. Either way, I don't think it sounds ideal. The vibe is cool. I love the vocal type of atmospheric thing. I like the melody. It's actually really nice, and it works really well. It keeps like this consistency and hypnotization. I actually really like it. I actually want to know what it would sound like if it was a bit slower. Like if it was like significantly slower, it might sound pretty cool. Let's try it out. Maybe not that slow. Whoa. Maybe like this. Yeah, like this. It's cool. I actually really like the vibe of it. Like once you kind of get locked into it, it's very like hypnotizing. It's very chill, very loungy, and it works. But the bass I feel like is a little bit too distorted sometimes, and it feels like it needs something else. There's just one or two elements missing from this that could really elevate this track and make it more memorable. And I think it could be slower too. I think slowing it down 1 or 2 BPM would actually help it feel a little bit more with the vibe that it's trying to set. But kick works like for the style. I don't love the clap either. Maybe the clap could be something a bit tighter, but that's more of a stylistic choice, and it still works, but I think it could be cleaner. If you're using that clap, I think it could be cleaner is what I mean. All right, we have reflections. A little bit repetitive. The kick is very boxy, and the snare sounds very, very filtered here. Like, maybe that's an accident. I'm not sure, but the snare does not sound very good there, in my opinion. It sounds very filtered out and not very good quality. So I think you should maybe swap out that snare sample. cool melody. We're getting a lot of like old school, like really old school sounds tonight, like almost like electronica deep house sounds. The lead is cool, and I like the interplay with the bass melody and with the lead melody. It's very, very busy here now. You have the lead sound and then this new lead sound that's playing the exact same areas, and it's taking up the same room. And now it becomes hard to hear either of them. So you need to do some proper EQing and maybe some arrangement decisions, maybe make them different octaves or something. They're just too close together. You're not really hearing either one. Yeah, the mixing to be cleaned up quite a bit. Hats could be louder. Snare could be louder, but again, the snare needs to be swapped out. I think it's not a very good sample. I think that you could choose a better one for sure. And then the leads need to be probably need to be in a different octave, or just EQ'd really heavily, or something, because they're taking up too much of the same room. And then that snare here just sounds a little bit weird to me. So aside from that, the melody is really nice, and the bass, like the melody and the bass interplay is nice, and I like the lead sound that you've chosen quite a bit. It's a really cool sound. Up next we have Moondust. Really nice sounding drum loop already. Nice. Very hypnotizing, very rolling, very catchy. Love that percussion. That's nice. Drums are very full, punchy. There's always something changing, so it's always interesting. Yeah, see, there's always changing, there's always fills, there's always interesting stuff happening, little details, and adding in little things every so often to make it more interesting. Very well done arrangement-wise. Drums are punchy, which is good. As they're filtering out the drums, a new synth is coming up, so it's like, as this is coming down, something new is replacing it, which is very smart. Love that. Super cool. Whose track is this? Really well done. Lots of detail, lots of small layers adding that extra value to the loop. Really nice. And then that last drop was really cool, giving something at the final drop just to make it make that second drop special and climactic. Very well done. Anything with the mix? Maybe the kick could be a smidgen louder. Yeah, definitely could. Yeah, kick could be louder. Other than that, everything sounds good. Everything's snappy, punchy, cutting through the mix. Sounds pretty much finished to me. Really cool. Really enjoyed that one. Nice job. Up next, we have North with Downhill Racer. Well done, Menu. All right, we have 10 tracks left. I find the hi-hat a little bit sharp. Melody is nice, but getting to this point was a little bit repetitive. Go over here. And the lead is a little bit hard to hear in the mix. Kick is nice and powerful. Oh, nice. Okay, so overall, the track I didn't find super interesting. I'm going to be brutally honest. It's not super interesting and not very captivating. The best part was the final build-up and drop. This all sounded really nice. The drop sounded good. The build-up sounded, like, the drop sounded good. Felt climactic. It felt epic. But leading up to that, the melody didn't really captivate me. And it's very far back in the mix that I don't really hear it too much. It's kind of getting buried by everything else. The bass change is nice. Clap is a bit quiet. The hi-hats are good. They're a little bit sharp. You might just want to fix the frequencies that are piercing the ears a little bit, up around 15K. But yeah, I just feel like you need to maybe fine tune the melody a little bit, maybe make it a little bit more melodic, or have it more forward in the mix, so it's more of an embracing feeling. Because to me right now, it just feels like it's not that interesting melodically until the very end when all the elements come together. But when they do come together, they sound pretty nice. But up until then was a little bit repetitive for me. And I'm only telling you this because I know that you have done better and you can do better. And I'm a fan of your music, and I've done a lot of feedback for your tracks, and I know that you could push this track a little bit harder, and I know that you could deliver a better result. So that's why I'm going a little bit hard on you here. Up next we have Lipa Tazzioli. That's a very Italian sounding name, with Stan Unofficial Remix. I am hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I only ate at 4 o'clock. It's now 9:30. I don't know why I'm telling you, everybody, but well, you should know. Nice arrangement. It's building nicely. Mix sounds good. I don't love this lead. Thanks, Papa Kuma. See you in the masterclass. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, cool. This is what I thought when it was Stan. Very cool.
It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Okay, that drop hits hard. Well done. I don't love that lead. It feels a bit thin and a little bit like kind of lost in the mix. Maybe if it was louder, it would be better, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't hit for me. I like that better. When it changes there, that's much better. I think it's the timbre, it just feels a bit tinny, but when you go to this next timbre, it sounds a lot better. And you just need more volume. I want to feel that. Bam, 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 ba-doom, bam, bam. Like I want to feel that right in the front of the mix. Energy wise, it's good. It feels like mix wise feels good. Kick punches through really well. Bass feels good. The hats and clap feel like at a good position. They probably could be a little bit louder if you wanted to, but I think they're fine the way they are. So well done on that one. But that lead, yeah, I think go with that second timbre of the lead. I think that would sound much better in the track, and just turn it up a little bit. Last Dance, Adria Falco. Another old school deep house track. It's so funny. We've had so many tonight. Nice. Woo. Nice groove. Love that open hi-hat. Really adds nice energy. Nice. Keep the groove going. Nice build. You clean this up a little bit. A lot of the sounds here feel a bit muddy and mid-present, and they don't feel clean. So I think you could probably push those a little bit cleaner, and it would make this drop hit harder. I'm just gonna close my window, so I'm gonna step up for a second. Nice. That sound was a little bit loud. A lot of nice sounds coming through. Those bass sounds feel a little bit loud and a little bit too much low end. But the idea is cool. I think it sounds like they have the same frequencies as the bass that you're playing, so I think just clean that up. Vocal was hard to hear there. The synth is a tiny bit too loud. But I love that idea, very cool. Nice. This is Adria Falco's track. I like how you're always keeping the listener on our toes. We don't know what's coming next. Always changing, always keeping it new, keeping it unique and interesting. Mix is pretty good. You could probably have a little bit more color on your kick, so that your kick has a bit more crunch to it, but that's just a matter of, that's more of a taste thing. But clap could also be a little bit louder if you wanted, but it doesn't need to be. Mix sounds pretty good. Arrangement sounds great. Just those little things I mentioned could be cleaned up, and I think it would be good to go. Well done. Cool track. Up next, we have Alexander Manrique with nothing. Just track. That was a little bit loud. Yeah, my pleasure. Cool track. Thank you for the support. I like how it's building. Mix is a little bit muddy, around 100 to 250 hertz. Could have had a bigger impact at that drop, even if it's just a little bit. Quite a lot of like sounds that are a little bit like murky and muddy. It's like they're just kind of lacking definition, right? Like the mids of the bass are kind of clashing with the mids of the pluck. Nice. That was good. Same with here, like the lead's kind of getting buried behind that other pad sound. Cool build though. Nice. So I think what you have to do here to make this a little bit better would be to really let those plucks come through. Ba-ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-bum. Like make them more obvious. Because they're getting lost. Right? Like push those up. You can't even hear them anymore. Right? So they're getting very lost in the mix, and that's not really exciting to me, but I want to hear more of them. So if you turn them up like at least 2 or 3 or 4 dB, really give them a place to shine in the mix, I think this track would sound a lot better. And then everything else will be secondary. All these other like atmospheric hits and stuff that are coming in to complement it, they'll feel like they're secondary, where this will feel more like a lead groove. And I think that will really help. Mix-wise, it sounds pretty good. Maybe your kick could be a little bit louder, and that hi-hat tambourine sound can be a little bit lower, but I'm talking like 1 dB each. Yeah, overall, pretty well balanced, and overall, pretty good track. Just those things I mentioned. And up next, we have Sri. And by the way, guys and girls, any questions you have from my feedback that I'm giving, feel free to let me know in the comments. Nice groove. Nice. Well done. Very cool. I felt like the vocal came in a bit earlier, but super cool. Really, really cool vocal. Overall, really nice. Not really much to say, to be honest. Mix is very well done. The arrangement's really well done. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I honestly don't know if I would change anything. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Well done. Very cool track. Maybe the kick and drums are like a dB too loud, but my ears are probably getting a little bit numb, so I don't want to give you too solid of that. Yeah, super cool. No, it's probably fine. Cool. Well done. Up next we have All Nighter. Okay.
Can Doom run on its catch?
I think like the kick is pretty quiet. So it's pretty busy, or it's pretty. Sorry, not busy. The kick needs to be a little bit louder, I think, a little bit punchier through the mix. Oh, sorry, Amir. Is it the music that's too quiet or my voice? Is that better? Oh, sorry, Shri. I completely missed your track, but we're already done listening to it. Honestly, it was really, really good, so don't even worry about it. Check. The music's been low the whole time. Well, you guys, you're supposed to tell me. The kick in this one feels a little bit quiet for me. I like that bass though, this is cool. The vocal's cool. I think the kick needs more color. It needs to cut through the track quite a bit more. It just feels like it's not. There's not really enough in the track as well to keep it interesting. The vocal's cool, but you need something else that's going to keep on growing that rhythm and growing the track, like a call and response, like somebody just mentioned that. Time. Hey, Amphi, how are you, man? Yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, it's been going for about 2 hours now. The bass line's good, but yeah, the kick needs to be louder. I feel like the bass is actually too loud, and that's why the kick feels a little bit squished, and why the drums feel a bit quiet as well. So turn down the bass, I think that would help. And then the kick needs to punch through. A bit more color on the kick would be good, and then one more rhythmic element or lead or something to make it more interesting would help the track a lot as well. All right, up next we have Indulgence Tapsky remix. Amphi, you got to make sure you send me those tracks that you were working on in your Instagram post if you want me to include them in my end of the year mix, because I really like those tracks. But yeah, that vocal was really cool on that All Nighter track. That's a good hook for sure. little bit repetitive to get up to here. Yeah, no real rush. I won't be recording it for another couple weeks. Nice. That was very well done. So I think it took a little bit to get interesting, but now that it's here, it's really good. Love that piano. Nice, love that. The vocal is cool, it's a little bit quiet. The bass might be a little bit too loud. Like just the actual sub and bass. I think the bass plucks that you have, the harmonics could be louder. Hi-hats here sound perfect. Clap could be louder. Yeah, I want to hear more of that bass for sure. That boom. Those sounds definitely. The pads, like the drones, are nice. The track just for the first bit felt a bit repetitive. I would probably move this section over like maybe a little bit and try to make it longer over here or something. Or just try to make this a little bit more interesting. I like that. That's really catchy. And I love that piano. Really nice piano. It's like gives it that nice deep atmospheric feeling. Yeah, cool track. All right, we have Full K. Which I think with this is a track we were working on together in our coaching session the other night. Yeah, it's a good idea. Top loop to Phillips in mid-range. Darker shakers, that's a good idea. This is feeling a bit bright on the highs. Yeah, definitely. The high end is a little bit bright. Kick could definitely have a bit more power. I like the atmospheres. The overall track does feel a bit bright though. Feels like the balance needs to be shifted. Lows go up a little bit, or lows go up a little bit and high end comes down a little bit. Hey, what's up, Hobbin Rude? I like the transition into the breakdown. That vocal could be louder. I think you could take the drums out here. Like this. Right? So it's like just focus on the melodies. And then you can start to bring them back in. Nice. Good drop. That nice pad at the end. Definitely agree, MP. Okay, did you see that full K? The filtering in the drums would be a really good idea, I think. Here the mids don't really come through. Like you're putting in those mids, but they're not loud enough to really fill up that frequency. So I think they need to be louder and maybe EQ a little bit of those mids out. Sorry, not out, but like in. That's confusing. Right around here. Yeah, like right around here where it's like the low mids of those plucks. I think they're filtered too much. So you probably want to bring a little bit more of those mid plucks in, and that would help it feel a little bit fuller as well. Emphy says he hears some Dowden vibes here. That makes sense. Clap sounds good. Hi-hat sounds good. Yeah, just kick up, hi-hats, like basically the high end down a little bit, the low end up a tiny bit. Overall, fix the mids of these plucks, and then the EQ in that breakdown. And I think that'd be a good way to finish that off. All right, we have 2 tracks left. We have Mason James, fan favorite, with just a track called December. Thanks for hanging out, Papaya. I don't know if I'll see you in the masterclass, but thank you for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And thanks for the support. And it was good seeing you at AD. Kick feels a little bit, I don't know the word, like hollow. It just, you can see, oh yeah, you can see here, see how transient that is, how loud the transient is. Oh yes, I did forget your track, Con. I'm so sorry. Where is the link? Oh geez, you sent that so much earlier. My apologies. Could you resend the link? I must have missed it. The kick is very transient. Like your low end is way too, oh, not way too quiet, but it's significantly quieter than the top end. I would use a limiter or a clipper to get rid of that and try to switch down a little bit. See that full K? You're getting fans already. Did I forget anybody else's track? Like the psychedelic vibes. I think it'd be cool if you had a lot more presence on your bass here. So it was more like, speaking of like Albin Rude or even Emphy or my style, having more of those harmonics coming through on the bass, I think would sound really good because you could really feel that bass line. So it would be more like, right? Your bass would be like boom, 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 right? And you would have more presence and it would make that track feel a bit more full. I like the little stabs and stuff you have. They sound good. It doesn't need to be like a full-on bass pluck, but just a bit more presence in those makes it sound great. Cool atmosphere. Nice. Cool. Cool sounds here, but your drums get a little bit lost. Yeah, lots of cool sounds. Love all that. But I do feel like your drums get a little bit lost here. Maybe you need a bit more. Like, I feel like you need a bit more of a strong presence with your hi-hats. They feel a little bit like thin, and even the shakers are a little bit thin. It would be nicer if you had more of a crunchy hi-hat that was not even just, but if you had one that was like, right, has the double or even the triple hits like shakers, that would really fill up that, and it would make it feel very rolling and progressive. You kind of have it there, but I think it needs more of that and a little bit more volume and a little bit more mids. But overall, pretty good for just throwing it together. Well done. We have Midnight Cascade, and then we have Orbit on a YouTube video. So already the track has a lot of atmosphere, which isn't really good for an intro. It makes it hard for a DJ to mix into it. So I would recommend maybe reducing that atmosphere a little bit, but I love the shakers, love the hats. You see. And thanks to Emphy and Albin Rude for joining the stream. Appreciate when you guys hang out, because it makes all the people in the stream really appreciate it too. Because you guys got some fans in the stream, so. Nice, very nice. Nice piano, nice bass, nice arrangement, nice melody. See you, D. Thanks for hanging out. Loving this melody. Nice synth work. I like how it's opening and closing. Very nice. All right, we're gonna have one more track then. You're lucky you just caught me. It's the last 2 tracks. Love that vocal. I honestly don't think I would change anything. It sounds really good. Yeah. Yeah, well done. I honestly don't know. Just the beginning. That's the only thing, is maybe tone down the atmosphere a little bit, but that's just a taste thing. Not a huge issue. Anybody in the comments have anything to say? It's a really, really nice track. Well mixed. Yeah, really nice. Emphy says, could be nice with one more layer of the piano, but try to hit a little bit more high mid. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sounds a bit closed off with the chords. Yeah, that's a good idea. The plucks kind of fill that up later, but I definitely agree. Next we have Orbit by Khan. Apologies for missing your track earlier. And the last track will be Hamish with this track here. Really nice. God, this actually sounds really good. The kick could use some color. I like those chords. love the bass that you have, like the barrel sounds really nice. Honestly, really, really good. The kick could use a bit more color, I think. It's very, like, kind of punchy. And I feel like if it had a tiny bit of color to it with some EQ or with some overdrive with a little bit of dry wet, it would sound nicer. It just feels like the kick doesn't totally match the vibe, but that's just being picky. Drums sound good. It's very impressive that you've not been producing for very long because your mixes sound very good. And your writing sounds very good. Yeah, well done. Very, very good. I would try a new kick on this one. Where am I here? I'll look into it for sure. Thanks. Emphy says, I would try a new kick on this one. The kick sounds a bit empty. I think it's missing some low frequencies in the kick. Sweeping atmosphere pad is nice. Keep the drums here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I agree. The kick, maybe just like, I think maybe the style, the kick might need not as much low end, but maybe, yeah, the fact you started 3 months ago is crazy. Good for you. All right, last track. We have track 13. I don't know who it's by. I am tired, hungry, and excited that we had another successful stream. Oh yeah, by him. You stop getting tired. I literally just put it here. You're welcome. Thanks for the support. Hey, is it Mika or Micah? I never can figure it out. But I love your tracks you said earlier on Patreon. All three were really good. Bassline is good on this. I feel like it's a bit too loud. It's like the same volume as the kick. So I would definitely pull that volume down on that bass. Mika, okay. My pleasure. Is it? Dowden vibes, he said. I like that a lot. Oh, see, Dowden vibes, right? Like, nice. Nice melody, nice build. Yeah, it's mostly the bass is just too loud. Atmospheric sounds are good. The arrangement is good. Hi-hats are probably pretty good. I feel like you could turn your hi-hats up like maybe another dB, and your bass down by like at least 2 or 3 dB. Would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Pause before the drop. That did not work at all. Groove is really good. The kick is a little bit snappy as well. I might suggest changing out the kick.
To be
to
something a little
be-
bit. My camera looks like my.
Camera looks like my.
I have like a weird haircut.
I have like a weird haircut.
The kick is a little bit snappy.
The kick is a
I
little
think
bit
maybe you could
snappy.
reduce
I think
snap
maybe
of
you
the
could
kick a little
reduce
bit, or
snap
add a
of the
bit of
kick a
color
little bit,
to
or
it.
add a bit of color to it.
That's it.
That's it.
I am gonna go eat.
I am gonna
And
go
it's gonna be
eat.
glorious. But
It's gonna
thank
be
you to everybody
glorious.
for the
But
support. Thank you to everybody for hanging
Thank
out.
you to everybody for hanging out.
And to the MVPs.
The MVPs.
Robin Rude.
Robin Rude.
No D Papaya.
No D Papaya.
Papa Kuma. Another
Kuma.
gone.
Another gone.
MV.
MV.
Mason.
Mason.
Mika.
Mika.
Folker. Folke.
Folke.
I hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
I hope I'm not
D.
forgetting anybody. D.
You know, everybody who comes here all the time.
Everybody
and
who comes here all the
supports, I
time
really
and
appreciate
supports. I really appreciate it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else that I'm
Anything
forgetting?
else that I'm
Last
forgetting?
chance for masterclass.
Last chance for
and
masterclass
Black Friday
and
course
Black
sales.
Friday course sales. Course
Sale.
Sale
Is tomorrow.
is
so
tomorrow.
if you still want to join,
So if you still want to join,
30% off.
you
The
can
link
use
is at the
30%
top of
off.
the
The
chat.
link is at the top
If you
of the
want to join
chat.
the masterclass,
If you
the
want
link
to
is
join
at
the
the top of the
masterclass,
chat.
the
The
link
link
is
is
at the
not
top
at
of
the
the
top of
chat.
the chat.
The link is not at the top of the chat, but
You can find it on
you can
my
find
website.
it on my website.
Yeah, good job today, everybody.
Yeah, good job
Well
today,
done.
everybody. Well done.
Before I go, is anybody
using?
Actually, I already asked about sound
Actually, I already
toys.
asked about sound toys.
I think I'm gonna get the sound ID
I'm gonna
reference
get
as
the
well.
sound ID reference as well.
Probably gonna get that as well.
Probably gonna get that as well.
Anyways, good night, everybody.
Anyways, good night, everybody.
If you have any questions about
if you have any questions about
masterclass coaching,
masterclass coaching,
Patreon tracks,
Patreon
anything,
tracks,
reach out.
anything, reach out.
You can tell I'm getting tired. Eh?
You
Reach
can
out
tell
on
me I'm
Patreon.
tired.
Happy to
Reach
answer
out
any
on
questions
Patreon.
you guys
Happy to
have
answer any questions you guys have
from the feedback and everything.
from the
And I'll
feedback
see
and
everybody
everything,
in
and
the
I'll see
masterclass, or I'll see
in the
everybody next
masterclass,
month.
or I'll see everybody next
Next month I'll probably be doing
next month I'll
the
probably be doing
stream
the
maybe earlier.
stream maybe
because
earlier
the last
because the
weekend will be
last
too hectic.
weekend will be too hectic.
But I'll see. Maybe
But
we'll do
I'll
it
see.
between
I'll see.
Christmas
Maybe
and New
we'll do
Year's.
it between Christmas.
All right.
and
Much
New
love,
Year's.
everybody.
All
Thank
right,
you so
much
much.
love, everybody. Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
you all very
I
much.
appreciate you all very
And
much.
we'll see you next time.
And we'll see you next time.